Hello and welcome students to MechPro classes, my official YouTube channel. Myself Piraj Majumdar, Assistant Professor of Mechanical Engineering Department, GKCM, that is Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management under JIS Group. Welcome you to our new session of Advanced Welding Technology, where we will be uploading all the lecture series according to MacOut syllabus day by day. So keep in touch with us for getting daily updates. You can also contact me through 9433465217, that is my personal phone number, or even you can email me at pirasar@gmail.com. You can also connect me through social networking, that is Facebook page, which is known as MechPro Classes. So let us start today's online session. Completed so far the module 4 of Advanced Welding Technology, and from now on we will be moving towards module 5. Today we will be starting this topic, welding metallurgy. We will have some knowledge on this particular topic, that is welding metallurgy. So let us start our today's topic on welding metallurgy. Now, why welding metallurgy and what do you mean by this metallurgy? Welding metallurgist will examine the changes in physical characteristics that happen in shorter periods, the solubility of gases in metals and between metals, and the effect of impurities are all of major importance to the welding metallurgist as well. So basically the concept behind the welding metallurgy is there are various factors, various terms, various characteristics associated with this welding metallurgy. Actually, we are talking with these different parameters like has affected areas, electrodes, electrode coatings, many other things there are. Okay, like this I can tell you about the science of actually joining metals by welding that relates closely to the world of metallurgy. Now, metallurgy involves the science of producing metals from ores, of making and compounding alloys, and the reaction of metals to many different activities and situations. Now, heat treatment, that is the heating and cooling of metals to obtain desired shapes and mechanical properties. Then steel making and processing. Then you have the forging, then foundry. Now, welding metallurgy can be considered as a special branch since reaction times are in the order of minutes, seconds, fraction of seconds, whereas in the other branches, reactions are in hours and minutes. So, welding metallurgy deals with the interaction of different metals and interaction of metals with gases and chemicals of all types. So, here is the thing, as you can see. Previously I have discussed with you this diagram. Here is a tungsten electrode. Then you have the temperature above around 2500 degrees Celsius. Then about 2700 degrees Celsius. Then 2750 degrees Celsius. Then again 3400 degrees Celsius at this tip. Next, the central plasma temperatures nature about 11,000, that is the 500, 800, 100 degrees Celsius, and this is the anode spot, as you can see over here. So this will be the arc length total. This is the cathode drop, this is the arc column, and this is the anode drop, as you can see. So here anode is the positive and cathode is the negative. Next, the rate of change decreases as the distance from the center of the weld increases. Now, it is obvious that many different cooling rates occur and that different microstructures will result. Also, different phases occur in the base metal adjacent to the weld. Mixture of ferrite and pearlite drains, pearlite transformed to austenite, full austenite transformation, complete liquid state. Now, this is the carbon equilibrium diagram, as you can see,
and in the left side we have got this different areas heat distribution across half the world, as you can see over here. Now it is 0.2% carbon, and we are having this austenite, gamma austenite. This is the liquid phase, this is the ferrite and cementite. Now again, coming to the microstructure of this when studying under the welding metallurgy, as you can see over here, we have this unaffected base metal. This is the HAZ zone, heat affected zone, and this is the unaffected base metal, has been shown under microscope, which has not been subject to the heat of welding. Now this is the heat affected zone. This is the heat affected zone. This is the welding, actually welding zone. So this is the fusion line. This is the fusion line, as you can see over here. This is the fusion line between base metal material and weld metal deposits, and this is the weld metal deposit. This is the weld metal deposit. Okay, so total, this one and this one is the heat affected zone, and this is the welding zone. Okay, and this is the unaffected base metal. Now coming to the fusion weld joint, we have, this is the fusion, this is the weld surface or weld interface actually. This is the heat affected zone, and this is the unaffected heat zone. This is the unaffected heat zone, this one. This is the heat affected zone. So fusion zone is a mixture of filler metal and base metal that has completely melted. High degree of homogeneity among the component metals that have been melted during welding. The mixing of these components is motivated largely by convection in the molten weld pool. Now the fusion welded joint. In the fusion welded joint, there are three basic zones, distinct zones of weld are base metal, HAZ and fusion zone. So here in this picture you will find, this is the original structure, this is a base metal. Here you will find the fusion zone, there is a weld metal, and it is the heat affected zone. This is the heat affected zone. Okay. Now molten weld metal. So molten weld metal is this one. Melting point of base metal, this one, at this temperature, and temperature at which the base metal microstructure is affected, that is this one. Now original temperature of the base metal. So you can see there is a huge difference between the molten weld metal as well as melting point of base metal and the temperature at which the base metal microstructure is affected than the original temperature. So here is the temperature curve, as you can see. So we have got these three distinct places: original structure, then fusion zone, that is the weld metal, and another one is the heat affected zone, this one. Now coming to the basic metallurgy, welding metallurgist will examine the changes in physical characteristics that happen in shorter periods. The solubility of gases in metals and between metals and the effect of impurities are all of major importance to the welding metallurgist. So here you will find the tungsten electrode is here, and this is the nozzle. This is the plasma gas coming from here. This is the cooling water. As I already discussed this setup in earlier, and we are having this shielding gas coming from this chamber. We have this power source as well. This is a tungsten inert gas welding actually. Okay. Now the structure, the structure of metal is complex. When metal is in a liquid state, usually hot, it has no distinct structure or orderly arrangement of atoms, so that atoms move freely since they have high degree of mobility due to the heat energy involved during melting process. Now as the metal cools down, atoms lose their energy and their mobility. So when temperature is further reduced, the atoms are no longer able to move and attracted together into definite patterns. These patterns consist of three-dimensional lattices which are made of imaginary lines connecting atoms in symmetrical arrangements. So metals in a solid state possesses these uniform arrangements which is called crystals. All metals are crystalline solids made of atoms arranged in specific uniform manner. Now, welding metallurgy, heat affected zone. Okay, so the area between the interface of the deposited weld metal and extending into the base metal far enough that any phase change occurs is known as the heat affected zone. So heat affected zone is a portion of the weld since it influences the service life of the weld. Now heat affected zone is the most critical in many welds. For instance, when welding a hardenable steel, has can increase in hardness to an undesirable level. When welding a hardened steel, has can become a softened zone since the heat of the weld has annealed the hardened metal. So here is the welding, the weld, and this is the heat effect zone. The science of joining of by metals by welding that relies closely to the field of metallurgy. Metallurgy involves the science of procuring metals from ores for making and compounding alloys and the reaction of metals to many different activities and reason. So I already discussed with you these things. Now basic metallurgy, that is the hardenability. So and this also the crystalline changes also occurs, FCC, BCC, you can see. Now if you can go deeply into the iron carbon diagram as well, but considering the basic metallurgy, we will stick to the most highlighting things of this hardening, as because of this metallurgy actually, as because welding metallurgy has a vast subject. They are going research papers on this particular welding metallurgy, but we will stick around to the highlighted portion that will be important for your examination purposes as well. So basic metallurgy, that is the hardenability. Here the heat treatment of steels to increase hardness and the metallurgy of welding have much in common. Most steels possess the property of hardenability, which is defined as the property that determines the depth and distribution of hardness induced by quenching, and this property can be measured by the quench test that is used to plot hardness value from quenched end to unquenched end. The quench test and the information, as you can see over here, obtained provides useful data for welding since it indicates the effect of different alloying elements on the hardness of the quenched steel. The microstructure of the quenched steel can also be studied and related to the microstructure of welds as well. Now, when a weld is made, following factors occur: the changes of temperature, the growth of dimensions, the phase transformations, etc. So the rate of cooling or quench is of primary importance, and this is controlled by the procedure and metal and mass. Now for example, you can take the electroslag has the lowest cooling rate among welding methods, while the gas metal arc has much faster cooling rate. So you can see from there, plates to be joined. Here you will find this diagram. This is the plates to be joined, and wire feed power supply, electrode guide tube. This is the molten slag. This is the molten metal. This is the coalescence metal, and copper mold. Some designs are movable of water cooled, and start plate. Now is the effect of welding speed on welding structure. As you can see over here, columnar grains are obtained when welding speed is around 1100 millimeter per minute, and this one is welding speed is 12.7 millimeter per minute. The grain structure obtained is like this axial grains, and here welding speed is 3.6 millimeter per minute. We are again getting the columnar grains. Okay, so you can see 3.6 millimeter per minute, and this 1100 millimeter per minute we are getting the columnar grains, and also when 250 millimeter per minute columnar grains are obtained. So as you can see, most of the time we are having these columnar grains. So GTAW of 99.6%, 96% aluminum at welding speed of 1000 and 250 millimeter per minute. This one and this one. And axial grains of GTAW, there is a TIG for 1100 aluminum at 12.7 millimeter per second welding speed, and 2014 aluminum at 3.6 per second welding speed, as you can see over here. Now, effect of welding parameters on weld pool shape. What happens as the heat input Q and welding speed V both increase, the weld pool becomes more elongated, shifting from elliptical to teardrop shaped. The higher the welding speed, the greater the length width ratio becomes, and more the geometric center of the pool lags behind the electrode tip. So in the first diagram, it is 2 millimeter, 35 ampere, 7.4 volt, 0.42 millimeter per second. Now these are the weld pools traced from photos taken during autogenous GTAW of 304 stainless steel sheets with 1.6 millimeter thick. Now, quenching weld pool during welding resulted in sharp pool end of a teardrop shaped weld pool. So you can see 85 ampere volt equal to 10 volt, and workpiece is equal to 4.2 millimeter per second. So sharp pool and observed in autogenous GTAW of 1.6 millimeter 309 stainless steel. So welding parameters have more significant effect on pool shape in stainless steel and welding than aluminum welding. The much lower thermal conductivity of stainless steel makes it more difficult for the weld pool to dissipate heat and solidify. Now coming to the basic structure of fusion welds. A typical fusion welded joint varies in metallurgical structure due to melting and solidification with very high temperature gradient. In general, a weld can be divided in 4 different zones as shown schematically in figure, namely as the fusion zone, weld interface, heat affected zone, and base material. As you can see over here in this diagram, this is the substrate and this is the fusion zone, and around it covered the heat affected zone. This is the liquid weld pool. This is a heat source, flame, arc, laser beam, or electron beam. Now, weld zone structure. As we discuss through this weld zone structure, we will find this diagram as I earlier told you. Now the grain structure also being somewhat changed. As you can see, grain structure in A, this one is deep weld, and B, this one is shallow weld, as you can see. So note that the grains in the solidified weld metal are perpendicular to their interface with the base metal, as also in this figure. Weld bit on cold rolled nickel strip produced by a laser beam, and micro hardness HV profile across a weld bit. Now different zones in a steel weld, vice versa iron carbon equilibrium diagram. So talking about the iron carbon equilibrium diagram of this particular this fusion weld. So we can say that this as we compare the different zones with the iron carbon, this iron carbon equilibrium diagram. So first zone is solidified weld, second zone is unmixed and fusion zone, third one is your coarse grain has, fourth one is your fine grain has, and this is a cementite, austenite, and this is the ferrite plus cementite. As you can see, this is austenite plus cementite in these areas, zone 4 and zone 5, and zone 6 and zone 7 are ferrite and austenite, cementite, as you can see over here. So these are the different zones. So next the same thing in a different diagram. So this is the same this regions of fusion weld zone. Now a steel alloys with allotropic transformation. This is also you can relate with the previous one, where we have the different it is being these different regions have been compared with the iron carbon diagram. Now in this particular diagram, heat affected zone, you can see so we have completed this welding metallurgy heading. Next class will be discussion on heat affected zone. So till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and thanks for watching.